the ombudsman doesn't actually uh, decide on these cases. You just recommend to the either the Sindigan Bayan or the other courts, or do you have administrative cases that you also convict?
With respect to the criminal cases that we investigate, we file the complaint or the information that we call either before the Sandigan Bayan or with the regional trial court. With respect to the administrative cases, we make a decision. Which decision now is appealable to the Court of Appeals, Your Honor?
Thank you for the clarity, Ombudsman. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Maybe one of the biggest concerns now in many departments is digitalization. May I ask again how much your budget is for digitalization and what we plan to accomplish with this? After which I will open the floor for questionings also from our other colleagues.
The proposal is 474 million, Your Honor. I'd like to inform Your Honor that the Ombudsman is in the process of computerization and in the process of improving its information technology system. During the pandemic, I discovered that the system of the Ombudsman, the case information system of the Ombudsman was hacked. It was then that I discovered that our firewall was administered by the very company that supplied us our firewall. So with that, we filed administrative cases against some responsible employees of the Office of the Ombudsman. We found out that from the time that the case is being investigated, this has been monitored by about 3 or 4 persons that are probably identified with the supplier of the firewall. So we got in touch with the government of Estonia through its ambassador. We sought for assistance, and they referred to us one of its companies. They reviewed our system, and we are now planning to go into a government-to-government contract with Estonia. They proposed to us about 1.6 million euro.
Why Estonia in particular, sir?
Well, Estonia is one of the leading countries with respect to IT, Your Honor.
So it's only 1.6 million euros.
Yes, Your Honor.
For the DICT. Actually, that doesn't sound too much. I mean, when you think about actually overhauling the system and protecting information, but as long as it went through the proper bidding, I suppose, or this is a G2G.
If we go through the proper bidding, other bidders will participate. So we will not be assured that it will be the government of Estonia who will be helping us put up the system, as well as help us create our own firewall, Your Honor.
So this is just a direct negotiation with the government of Estonia.
A direct negotiation, but right now we're working for a government-to-government contract. We have just gotten in touch with the Department of Foreign Affairs with respect to this matters, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ombudsman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I acknowledged you already. Anyone with questions for our Ombudsman?
Madam Chair, I don't have any questions. I recall that it was around for 5 years that I chaired the budget of the Ombudsman, and I give full support to the budget of the Ombudsman. Everything is in order as always. And I recall it was during my tenure when we provided capital outlay for the building of the Ombudsman. I hope they're able to use the funds, and I give my full support for the budget. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Lauren Legarda. Maybe there's a feedback on the capital outlay that was given by our generous Vice Chair.
It's not my money, it's government.
I know, but
Yes.
approved by our generous chairperson, Vice Chairperson.
The capital outlay, the money provided for the building of the ombudsman was used in the construction of the building in Rosales, Pangasinan, Your Honor, and the sectoral office of the ombudsman in Cebu City.
Thank you. Anyone else? Manifestation of support?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to our hardworking Finance Committee Chairperson, Madam Senator Grace Poe, to my fellow colleagues, and to the Ombudsman family under the able and competent leadership of Honorable former Justice Samuel Reyes Martinez. This representation is in support of the budget of the Office of the Ombudsman for the fiscal year 2025. Wala po akong kaso na sa inyo, ha? The agency's pursuit of its vision to realize public accountability, expectations, and mission to transform public accountability into the norm and recognized as the central corruption prevention arm of the government needs to continue as the protector of the people from illegal, unjust, improper, or inefficient act of any public official, employee, office, or agency. Under the qualified and capable leadership of Ombudsman Martinez, the vision and mission of the Office of the Ombudsman is within reach. To be able to achieve this, the office must be duly supported by an efficient and equitable budget. With this representation is in full support of the Office of the Ombudsman budget for the fiscal year 2025 and any additional budget this committee may adopt. Madam Chair, can I be recognized to yield some clarificatory questions? Thank you, Madam Chair. The Office of the Ombudsman requested for a total budget of 8.4 billion. However, only 5.7 billion was recommended by the DBM in the fiscal year 2025 budget, an amount that is 2.7 billion or 32.5% lower than the original request. Sir, what programs of your office will be affected by the reduction of your requested budget?
Well, the hiring of additional lawyers and the computerization of the office will greatly be affected by the reduction. But I'll be honest, if Congress cannot find any money to increase the 5.8 given by DBM, what can we do, Your Honor? But we are asking for an increase at least of about 900 million, Your Honor, if it is possible. But if not, if there are other more important projects of the government that you need to fund, then we're willing to, to give way to them. After all, we have savings also to spend, Your Honor.
So how badly do you need the increase, sir?
Very badly, Your Honor. The 975 million that you are requesting is an increase. We need it very badly.
Well, with that, maybe we can recommend the increase of the budget of the Ombudsman, since there are a lot of people who will be affected by the decrease of the budget of the Office of the Ombudsman. Maybe we can recommend the chairperson of the Finance Committee to increase kahit konti, increase natin yung budget ng Ombudsman. Inulit ko po, wala po akong kaso sa inyo. Second question, sir. How many cases does the ombudsman handle in a year?
I could only think, I think of the cases before the Sandigan Bayan, which is very few, because most of the cases since 2014, I guess, when Republic Act 10660 was passed, most of the cases were filed with the regional trial courts, and the one handling these cases are the public prosecutors of the Department of Justice, Your Honor. And we don't have, yeah, we don't have the exact figures, but according to the other officers, we have about 4,000 cases now pending before the courts.
And last question, sir. In the case of former Mayor Alice Go, bakit hindi po na-under sa ombudsman yung kaso? Di ba dapat sa Sandigan Bayan? Can you please enlighten this representation? She being a public official, why did it not fall sa Sandigan Bayan?
Is it okay, Your Honor, if I discuss this in private with you or with the other members of the other senators? I don't want to be divulging some secrets that the accused, the lawyers of the accused might be using against us. So I'd rather not discuss this matter in public, or I might be able to say things that, might help the accused in their defense.
I respect it, sir.
Thank you, Senator. We understand, of course, the point of our ombudsman. There are certain things about the cases we don't want to preempt. So feel free, Senator Estrada, to meet with the ombudsman to clarify your query. Senator De La Rosa has a question.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Before I ask a very, very small question, I just would like to manifest my support sa budget ng ombudsman at ng noon, marami. Noon, meron ako noon. Madam Chair, sir, I just would like to know kung yung Ombudsman Mindanao, Ombudsman Visayas, are they allowed to issue ombudsman clearance for people from government who will be seeking for promotions and appointments, or centralized pa rin yung ombudsman clearance niyo dito sa Manila?
All the deputy ombudsmans are authorized, the sectoral offices, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and the military and other law enforcement offices, they are authorized to issue clearances, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. How about Mulio, sir? Kasi may mga, like may case, no? Pulis ako ng Mindanao. Tapos ang Mulio andito lang sa, di ba? Dito lang sa Batasan. Hindi ba pwedeng makakuha sila doon sa Ombudsman Mindanao ng clearance? With the advent of technology, pwede naman siguro sila makakuha doon ng clearance dahil pwede naman, computerized naman lahat.
Pwede po, Your Honor. They can apply, yung mga police officers sa Mindanao can go to Davao City and apply for clearance kasi centralized na yung system namin eh. And once we will be able to put up satellite offices in every province and city, major cities, hindi na rin nila kailangan pumunta ng Davao in the case of Mindanao. oras na nagkaroon kami ng satellite office sa Zamboanga, sa Bukidnon, sa Jensan, hindi na sila kailangan pumunta sa Davao to apply for a clearance. Sa ngayon, yung mga taga-Hulo ay hindi kailangan pumunta ng Zamboanga o ng Davao para mag-apply ng clearance. We have a satellite office now in Hulo, Sulu. Kasi nagawa na namin ng remedyo na centralized na yung aming clearance system, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Experience ko kasi noon na talagang pupunta ka pa dito para kumuha ng clearance. At saka yung resolve nyo ng cases, sir, mabilis na ba ngayon?
Medyo mabilis na rin ho. Depende ho sa cooperation po ng parties, especially the lawyers. Depende rin ho sa complainant. Kung yung complainant ay nakahanda magbigay sa amin ng ebidensya, medyo mabilis ho ang aming investigasyon. Marami hong cases ang sandali lang ho namin na natatapos yung investigasyon. Katulad ng kaso ni Alice Go, sandali lang ho namin na natapos yung investigasyon doon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. With that, Madam Chair, I would like to again manifest for my support to the budget of the Office of the Ombudsman. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Bato.
Madam Chair, I move that we terminate the proceedings of the budget hearing of the Office of the Ombudsman and recommend it to the plenary.
I second the motion and give full support to the budget of the Office of the Ombudsman. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Before I close, I would like to appeal to the Ombudsman for clearances. Anyway, you'll be developing your DICT capability. Yun nga, just like what the Supreme Court's doing, minsan naghihiring sila in tawi-tawi with the use of a satellite transmission. Baka pwede na rin na kahit na online na lang yung yun nga lang, just to verify the individual well, baka pwede na rin online na lang yung application for simple clearances, obviously. But with that, again, also full support for the budget of the Ombudsman. Thank you, Ombudsman Martinez and the team for your presence here today. Your budget is deemed submitted. Thank you.
Actually, Your Honor, mayroon na kaming online din ngayon sa clearances. At katunayan, mas mabilis na nga ngayon na i-issue yung clearance sa mga nag-a-apply ng online. Kaysa yung nag-a-apply na nagbibigay sa amin ng hard copy. Mas mabilis na ho ngayon na i-issue yung clearance sa online applications.
And that's good.